Occasionally, two comics will come out the same week, and they'll have enough similarities that I'll want to cover them in the same video. And so this week, Dark Horse Comics released two number one issues of returning limited series Usagi Yojimbo and Minor Threats The Fastest Way Down. So let's start with Usagi. So this is issue 1, but it's Legacy number 275. I don't know if you can see that or not, but you don't have to know any backstory to read this comic. Stan Sakai, the creator of Usagi, he's a master of the medium, and he's been writing and drawing these stories for 40 years, since 1984. So his abilities are stronger than ever in this series, and it's easy to follow, and the artwork is consistently fun and engaging. So this story is called The Crow. It's Usagi Yojimbo The Crow, which is a five issue series. And so Usagi and his cousin Yukuchi are traveling the feudal Japan countryside, and they're honorable warriors, and they come across a man who is being attacked by four bandits. And so, with the help of a crow, they run off the attackers, and they exchange words with the man they helped, and he tells them where the closest town is, and they go on their way. And so from here on in, it's like a JRPG, if you're familiar with that kind of a video game genre. So they get into town, they get information from the locals, they're finding a tavern, building a team, accepting side quests. And I won't spoil much more, but essentially, that crow guy that they ran into in the woods earlier, he's a wanted man. And Usagi is thinking about capturing him and collecting a piece of the reward. And so that's where the story starts. It's really accessible no matter what your prior knowledge of the character is, and it was a lot of fun. So that brings me to Minor Threats, The Fastest Way Down. This is a series written by Patton Oswalt and Jordan Bloom, with art by Scott Hepburn. And Minor Threats is about these villains who previously teamed up to find a killer and to keep superheroes out of the criminal part of town in the city of Redport. And they're led by Frankie Follis. And her mother is like a legendary villain, and she was like the kid sidekick playtime. And now the team has, succeeded in what they did, and I'm having some trouble remembering this story. This new arc feels very much like a season of a TV show. Like the TV show took off for a year, and then it comes back, and you kind of forget about all the subplots you're supposed to remember, so you almost have to go back and rewatch the first season before you can start the second season. That's kind of what I was getting from this. There's characters that I don't have enough familiarity with to remember their backstories or their character traits or even their names sometimes. This thing feels like it was almost written like a Netflix series, especially when they're using these devices. Like, this is like a montage, and so they're trying to cover a lot of time with just a single, double page spread here. But it feels very much like when it was written, it was kind of like a TV show montage. And there's a narration, there's like a voiceover narration that runs through the entire thing. And that's very much like a TV kind of trope or like a movie trope. Not necessarily a comic, something you'd see in a comic all the time. But, there is some fun stuff. Frankie hops on this buzzsaw and just splits this dude in half with this buzzsaw that's like a big wheel tricycle. And then she does the Akira slide there. That's pretty fun. And then she just takes out these dudes in like a really epically violent manner. which I approve of. You know, the arts, everything's really, pretty well done, but the story didn't really hook me the way that Usagi did. I feel like it's possible that Minor Threats may be better read in like a trade, in a collected trade where you can binge the whole story. Whereas I think I'm going to keep picking up the Usagi stuff issue by issue. That's it.